An example I like to use, and watch the accompanying ANS demo video if you want to see it acted out, goes something like this. I want you to think of this ANS target, be it smooth muscle, maybe cardiac muscle, like this. And there's a big, big idea here. One nucleus, let's throw an intercalated disc in there to make you happy, like that. So each one of these target cells, if it's innervated by a sympathetic neuron spitting out norepinephrine, it's also going to be innervated and spit upon by a parasympathetic neuron, spitting out what? Acetylcholine. Let me use different colors. Maybe they stand out a little more over here. Here comes a parasympathetic neuron spitting out acetylcholine. And then here comes a sympathetic neuron spitting out norepinephrine. 20% of the time, 20% of the neurons may be epinephrine, but you get the idea. Two different neurotransmitters at the same target cell. This big idea is called, and make sure you write this in your notes, dual innervation. Dual innervation. The idea that most ANS targets are controlled by both, big font here, by both a sympathetic and a parasympathetic motor neuron. Now I'm going to try to explain this a little bit while you contemplate these two pictures that I've drawn right here. This one and this one. Two typical ANS targets, right? Cardiac muscle on your left, smooth muscle on your right. Now, if we contemplate this, these are involuntary targets, right? This is not the same as controlling skeletal muscle, the somatic division, the somatic nervous system in the motor division. So these motor neurons have to give two different signals to these cells. I mean, think about it. Since this is unconscious, I'm not consciously thinking about what my heart does, everybody. So my heart, don't I sometimes need to make it speed up and other times need to make it slow down? Isn't that true? Sure it is. Sometimes it has to speed up, sometimes it has to slow down. Well, that requires two neurotransmitters, doesn't it? One to speed it up, one to slow it down. If I tell you that acetylcholine is inhibitory to cardiac muscle, makes it slow down, reduces your heart rate, what would you then know norepinephrine does to the same target? If acetylcholine slows your heart, norepinephrine speeds your heart. If acetylcholine tells this smooth muscle cell to contract, or creates an excitatory postsynaptic potential, if you like that, then norepinephrine will tell it to relax, don't contract, an inhibitory postsynaptic potential. If the two signals were not opposite, then I don't need them both. I'm going to repeat that. If the two signals were not opposites, then I don't need the two signals. Think about it. Think of a terrible, bad TV sitcom. And let's say you are the star of said situation comedy. So here's you. And let's say you are stuck with one of those moral dilemmas. Oh, I'm surprised. Moral dilemma. Eyebrows raised. Oh, I don't know what to do. I'm deciding, should I be good or bad? Isn't it true that on one side of you, I'll draw a little halo, sometimes up pops what? A little version of you that's an angel. And the angel says, do the right thing, do the right thing. And then what's going to show up on the other side of you? Little devil. And what's the little, you got a tail. The little devil says, do the wrong thing, do the wrong thing. I told you it was a bad situation comedy, didn't I? If both of them gave you the same advice, do you need both of them? I just want you to think about it. If you hear what the little angel says, don't you automatically know what the little devil is going to say? Right? If you know what acetylcholine does to a target, you will know what norepinephrine is going to do to that same target because there will be opposites. If they weren't opposite, I wouldn't need both neurotransmitters. So if acetylcholine says faster, norepinephrine says slower. If acetylcholine says up, norepinephrine says down. Because it's an autonomic target. Sets up for us what's called autonomic tone. Autonomic tone. Last definition for us. This is sort of the balance between sympathetic and parasympathetic control of all these targets. It's actually overall regulated by your hypothalamus. Remember, that's the part of our brain in charge of the autonomic nervous system, which is all motor all the time. So this balance, let's just pick on our heart, which does not look like a Valentine, but that's a quick way to draw it. So I've got norepinephrine being spit on my heart sometimes, and acetylcholine being spit on my heart at other times. Sometimes I need my heart to slow down, other times I need it to speed up. So this constant interplay between these two, who's being spit on the heart, when, how much, favoring acetylcholine, am I favoring norepinephrine, this is what we call autonomic tone. And it goes on all day long under the direction of the hypothalamus based on what we need to do. Do I need greater cardiac output because I'm exercising? Norepinephrine is what I need. Do I need less cardiac output because I'm sleeping? Acetylcholine is what I need. I hope this makes sense.